The question that had bubbled up in me that seems most relevant and prominent here requires maybe a bit of a preamble. We know that we're living in a highly toxic world. And I mean that not just in terms of the chemicals, but also mental toxins and cultural toxins and things like this. And for men who are looking to optimize, to be in their greatest feeling sense of strength, of masculinity, of capability, the greatest sense of peace inside themselves, and thus inside their relationships, this infiltration of toxicity is, I think, front and center where we should be looking, because all of our internal harmony starts from what enters into the body. And so what I wanted to ask you, Bryan, is what are the main culprits, if you will, of the deterioration of men's health today that you notice?
What I see today is what a good friend of mine, Yarrow Willard, who's actually from out west as well, you probably know him, what he described in a recording we made together years ago as nature deficiency disorder. And he sees this as one of the foundational things that is really disconnecting us from our vitality, from how we're designed to feel and to function and to thrive in that way. And it takes many forms, right? It takes the form of spending all of our time inside, or most of it, spending the most of our time on screens, spending most of our time in postures that are very limiting and constricting, having our food be, as you said, infiltrated with toxicity, with artificial additives, preservatives, all kinds of junk. And so we've got this combination of dysregulated nervous systems because of a mismatch with our sleep and wake cycles, the artificial light we're exposed to, the kinds of things that we're doing with our time, which tend to be overly stimulating. Then you combine it with both chronic nutrient deficiencies because it's just not in the food, right? The therapeutic doses of vitamins, minerals, different plant phytochemicals, they're not necessarily in the food to the degree that we need in order to cope with the stress of modern life. Combine that with the nutrient deficiencies and toxicities, combine that with, in many cases, a lack of community, or at least a lack of strong social cohesion and bonds. For us men, I think about like if a man doesn't have at least two guys in his life that he could call up in a time of need, just to be heard, witnessed, supported, whatever he needs. Like that's a problem. That's what I see. It's this utter disconnect from understanding who we are as men and as human beings and as mammals and what we need in order to thrive, and then trying to find our way through the chaotic mess of modernity